Okay, recording in progress. So my name is John. I'm 52, 53 years old. I used to play basketball a lot as professional in France, you know. Of course, this is not NBA level, but it was professional level. So
Okay.
I earned my money playing basketball years ago. And after I tried and I went to the all combat sport. So I began with Shidokan karate. You know, this is not Shotokan karate. If you know, this is very different. This is a full contact karate, real full contact, and with ground. You know, it was before the. It was in 1994. Between 1994 and 2000. This was my style, okay? Competition, full contact, even in the ground, you know, ground and pound. It was possible before UFC. Great recorded, great souvenir. And after that, I tried to look for more reality, you know, more self-defense objective philosophy, because you know, I'm sure you know that a lot of martial arts, you know, are bullshit. I don't know, not all, of course. It depends of your way of training, and it depends of your professor, of course. But on video, you see in the clubs a lot of bullshit. They say, "Look, you can do like this or like that," but in the reality, it's impossible. And I saw it. I saw it. I saw in clubs. I saw in the street. I never saw. I saw just one guy. It was my professor. It was a black from what you say in English? It's like French West Indies. You know?
Okay.
Okay. So he was he's old now, but he was really a killer, an incredible man. Very powerful, very technical, incredible. But I saw just one guy capable to do that. And on the other end, I saw a lot of a guy with black belts, and in the street there is.
Didn't work out well.
Didn't work out. So I try. I don't say I have a good level, you know. But now I am maybe like you. I don't know. I will know. I try. I train alone or with some friends, you know. We put some gloves and try to exchange our knowledge. So tell me about you, please.
Well, you know, been studying martial arts for the last better let's say 20 years. I did karate. I've done Wing Chun. I've done Tai Chi, Shin Yi, kickboxing, boxing. But the one art that has got me most recognition is the art of 52 blocks, a fighting system created by melanated men over here in America, built off of defense. Like, you know, we hear a lot about this self-defense and defense and how people kind of use the word, but this defense is the actual training of how not to be hit, how to move out the way and still stay like, you know, you can move out the way, but if you're so far out the way that he can't do nothing, you can't do nothing, you know, it's not the most effective of defenses.
Of course.
So
of course.
This defense is to give you the ability to make a miss, but keep you in range where you can still counter strike. So, you know, I think a lot of people think of defense. They don't think about defense the way most people think about offense. Like when you're going to learn a left hook or a straight right hand, people put a lot of energy into, you know, training the punch, but very few people train how not to get hit by the punch consistently. Like most people are only trained it when they're sparring, when they got punches coming at them. But when that's not happening, they're hitting the bag, they're hitting stuff, but they're never. And then this builds up a false sense of security because, like my bag right here, as you can see, I put arms on it.
Arms, yes.
Yeah, to give it more of a realistic, because bags don't hit back. So when you're hitting the bag, you feel like you're really doing something because you're bombing the bag, but you've left out the major factor that if it was a real person, he'd be trying to punch you, and it would limit what you could actually do. So 52 is the other side of the offense where you train your defense like you train your offense, and that'd be like blocking, head movement.
Is it? I want to be sure. Is it one man who created this 52 blocks, or this is a combat or self-defense art? Is it coming from the jails? Is it true? No.
No. I think the jail system gives it a little bit more shine for the regular people who are not into fighting, like the lame, the regular Joe that's not into going and training. He hears this, we all have this idea of what jail is, and the people who haven't been to jail want to know what jail's about. So I think that just gave it gave it a credibility amongst men that in a situation where there's no weapons and you're really having to be men. But it was not created in the jail. It was just that the Black man in America, we make up a large population of the jail system. So you would be the same thing if you was a Wing Chun man and you went to jail. Would it be that Wing Chun was made in jail? No, you're just a Wing Chun fighter in jail. And it's the same thing with a 52-block fighter. It was just 52-block fighters that happened to go to jail and use it in jail.
Can we say that this is a Black American system? Is it true to say that? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
From the South, maybe from Texas, from everywhere.
Well, it came about because the first sport that Black men were allowed to compete in America was boxing. Not basketball. It was boxing was the first sport that we were allowed to compete in. And before Black Americans got into boxing was on its way to being outlawed. It wasn't, it was against the law to do it like they did in the back of bars and warehouses because it was so brutal. There was no defense at this time. The defense at that time was you punch him in the face, he punch you in the face, and the strongest man won. When Black people got into it, we came in with that, oh, you're not going to punch, just stand here and punch me in my face. I'm going to make you miss and then punch you in the face. And that's what we brought to boxing. We brought the defense to boxing. And that's when boxing became the sweet science because it had an offense already. The white Americans, they were doing it. They was beating the stuffers out of each other. They had no problem with the offense. I think it was Bob Fitzsimmons was one of the first boxers to kind of really take the left hook to here. It was usually called the solar plex punch, where they threw it at the body. He started bringing it up here. So the offense was already evolving. The defense wasn't. Yeah. So when black men started competing in it, we brought the defense, like the saying stick and move, hit and don't be hit. Those were sayings that came from Black coaches. Like Black coaches came up with those sayings. So that's where 52 blocks came from, is this need to be able to fight a fight and still be defensively responsible.
Okay. Is it, well, we can say this is a bare knuckle system.
Yes,
so you
definitely very good.
So about your hand in 52 blocks, are you a trainer? You train people on 52 blocks. Yes. Okay. So you have to work on your bones, for example, especially, or with the bag, this is enough.
No. Well, like I said, the offense was really already there. So you definitely have to work on your puncher, like how to go from a defensive posture back to an offensive posture, because you don't want to just keep blocking. You want to be able to return fire, of course. Which makes you a counter striker. So the punches are necessary, but what's really the most important to 52 is the footwork. That's what people miss, is that real defense starts in the feet.
Yes,
not in the block.
Yes.
Not in the block. The block is like a second layer, another layer added on top of the feet, you know, to where if, you know, with this bag here, so if it's swinging at me, the first thing I can do is just move my feet to make it miss. Before I even think about throwing the block, I can just move my feet. And then when you push it, and then you add a block, so now I can kind of like alter where your strike was going and throw my strike over the top. So it becomes a very counter-punching type of system. Yes. Counter-striking, because you can kick too.
Do you know Panantukan? It sounds to you, Panantukan. This is in USA you call it dirty boxing. It's very similar to.
I hate that term. I don't know who came up with that term, dirty boxing. I like that. It's one term. I think it was just meant to make boxing sound more aggressive.
Yes.
Boxing is boxing.
Boxing is boxing.
Dirty boxing would be if you're in a competition and they tell you don't punch the man in the groin and you punch him in the groin. That's dirty boxing because you're limited to a set of rules. But if you're in the fight, fighting for your life,
there is no rules. There is no rules. I don't know what happened. Yes, I don't know what happened.
My phone overheated.
Because
it said the temperature went up too high, so I had to kind of go into AC. That's how hot it is down here. Hold on 1 second.
So you said you don't like the terms. You don't like dirty boxing.
You know, because like I said, if you're fighting for your life, you're just boxing for your life. There would be no dirty boxing. You're just boxing. So dirty boxing only comes into play is if you're competing and you're going outside the rules. Then you're being dirty. You know.
But you know Panantukan. So the real name of this it's a combat system from Philippines. You know, it's very it's not the same of 52 blocks, of course, but it's very similar because they use their elbow to break, for example, in blocking with elbows to break the hands of the opponent. You know, bam, the opponent comes to strike you and you protect you. As you protect you, he hit his hand on your bones. There are systems like this. I have a friend who practiced this. This is a professor. You said it in professor. It's very good at it. It's is there leg punches in 52 blocks? Yes.
Yeah. You know that's what I'm saying. Like when you're using when you see boxing in the ring as a sport, you see them punching chest, head. They can't hit behind the head. They can't hit behind the head, face. All of this is good. But in real time, if you're using boxing, I could punch you in the leg. I could punch you behind the head. Like, so in real time, boxing, the martial art, the whole man is a target. So you have punching in the leg. You ever have what we call cuffing, which is like learning to punch the punch. Hold on.
You punch the punch. You punch the hand. The hand.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the strike right here. You're learning how to go into here and punch the arm too. Catch the arm while it extends. Back in the days of boxing, they called it cuffing. It's called cuffing when you punch the extended arm, or but in the streets when I was seeing it, you could get punched in your hand, you can get punched in your thigh. The bottom of your leg, like everything on you was a target to the punch when you're using boxing as the full martial art that it is.
For you. This is I know you answered, but this is a complete system. It's the body against another body.
Hold on 1 second. let a little air in so I can hear you better.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said,
So you said is it a complete system? No, it's not a complete system because when it was coming together, it was mainly used against punches. Like you can use it against some kicks, but it doesn't have a real ground game. Like a lot of 52 block men are not like BJJ practitioners or wrestlers. Like, you can add it to your wrestling game in some way to use the shapes inside the grapple, but it was mainly meant for striking. So there's not too many complete systems on this planet. I don't know of any system that's complete.
Yes, I'm agree with you. There is no complete system.
Yeah.
I am not a ground professional. I did a lot of ground when I practiced this style of full contact karate with ground fight included. But what do you think about this all fame? I don't know what is this fame. Fame about the ground. They say you need to know how to fight in the ground. I need to know you must learn some techniques, some ground techniques, but in the street, first of all, for me, this is a punch problem. This is a two hands problem. And when you read about some great master of karate, for example, the master of Kyokushin, I don't have his name right now. He said he was a complete professional and complete athlete with his legs too. But he said karate is a fist. This is a fist fight. So for me, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just a man in this planet. But if I have a problem with you and the fight start, my brain and your brain, it's all about the hand first. We are animals with hands. What do you think about that?
Oh, well, it's definitely about the hands first. The first weapons you're going to use is going to be your hands. They're going to be your first, like I always say, even in MMA, you should learn how to box, even as a wrestler. If you're a wrestler and you learn how to punch, your game goes up here, because they are the first weapons, and they are the only weapons that are more related to being a man. So when you kick, you go to one leg with two-leg creatures. So that's unnatural for us. Even when you wrestling, you're laying down on the ground. We're not snakes. That's still unnatural. The most natural way of fighting, of being a man trapped between heaven and earth, is these. And that's why it was always called the manly art of self-defense. So these have to have some education. Like you have to educate your hands to build into your other arts, which would be kicking. There's only 3 ways to fight: punching, kicking, and wrestling. That's it. Like all of the styles, all of these different martial arts are either talking about one of them, 2 of them, or all 3 of them. But it's the only ways to fight. So these definitely have to be educated.
The problem, this is I like to be sometimes I like to be critical. But I accept to the critics on me too. But this is one I think of the problems in America, in United States especially. There are a lot of styles. American Kempo, they do 20 punches in 1 minute, and I saw old guys with big belly, long beard. They have the US flag is here, and there are 10 grade, 10 dance. It's here in Europe. Excuse my English. Here in Europe, we love love at that, you know, because we know here. That's why I say to you that Europe is very different than you see in the TV, and it's maybe the same different USA in the movie in Europe in USA in Texas. I know this is different. When I played basketball, I spoke with professional. They came from all over USA, and they say this is like this, like this, like this. I was young, but say, oh, this is. I didn't know it was like this. So Europe, especially France, you know, France. That's why we have one of the best, for example, Muay Thai boxers. They are French, and they came from Holland. You know, this is two countries. A lot of. We have look Cyril Gane. You know, in UFC, we have a great fighter. Even a lot of. So we have this culture. You know, this culture.
No, very good kickboxers out there.
Yes,
they have very good kickboxers.
This culture is there is a reason for that. The reason is we are not better or less better than American, but we have a history with Africa. You know, I am the example. My father came from Senegal, you know, in France for a better life, and we have guys from Algeria, Morocco. This is the north of Africa. And those countries have fighter culture, you know, manless culture, you know. So here, this is not Chicago. This is not very violent, but we like the fight. That's why we have even the real French, the white French, they have the savate, boxe française. You see, savate. It's like a kickboxing.
Yeah, love savate.
The savate without the chin. They hit with the foot. Okay.
Now, is savate the one where they wear the wooden shoes to make the kick stronger? Is that?
They have shoes that not savate shoes. They are supple shoes, but this is not to make the hit harder. No, but the origin of this in the past, France have had a lot of great sailors, people who they come, you see, and they came from they came back from Asia with this style. So the sailor in the 18th century, they came back in France with this style of a fight with the legs. So they developed it in France. This is a good style for technique. If you want to start a kick and leg sport, this is a very good sport because it's very technical. You have to it's very technical. So you have to learn to move before to hit.
Yes.
See, it's maybe like 52-block philosophy. You have to learn. If you punch, this is good for all people, but especially for women and children, because if you hit the too hard at the beginning, the professor will come to see you and hey, don't hit too much. This is the stuff. This is a woman. It's very like this, you know. But this is a good style. After, I prefer in kickboxing style. I prefer Muay Thai. This is more rough, you know, elbows, shin, and the contact is narrow, you know, close contact fighting. I like kickboxing is more because in kickboxing in Europe they are not allowed to use, for example, knees. They can do knees. So the combat is more away.
Long range.
Yeah, but kickboxing. But as you said, there is no Muay Thai boxers are good, but in the ground they do nothing. So
yeah, they don't know nothing. Yeah,
no, nothing. And I know that there is no full and complete system. And above the system, you will tell me what you think about that. I put the heart, you know, or the mindset. Sometimes, many times, I saw people with very good technique, but not the mindset, not the heart, you know. So especially, it was not in the street. It was because in a Shidokan competition. But I saw. I am very tall. I am 6'4".
okay.
And I don't know how many pounds in English, but I combat uh, against taller than me, you know, and stronger, but
And
with
longer, yeah.
no heart, you know. You
No
see,
heart.
saw the guy. I saw the guy. Wow, he's very muscular, but in the ring, because this style of karate is not in the dojo. This is in a ring, okay, in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, no more, nobody. The guy changed. His face changed because that's why I said that the heart is the most important.